fine. Today we are going to discuss the basic data types that we use in Java. Basically there are two data types. First one is primitive data types and the other one is non-primitive data types. We will discuss about the primitive data types. Primitive data types includes Boolean, char, integer, short, long, float and double. So we will discuss it step by step. So first of all we will create Java class. Public static void main and then string arguments. This is the syntax of our main method. So first of all we will talk about Boolean. Boolean is a data type that hold only two values. First is true and the other one is false. In order to write any data type, the basic syntax is first we will name a data type, that which type of data we are going to create, then the name of data type, and if we want to assign some value then we will give a value. This is a syntax of almost any data type. So if we want to create Boolean data type, let's go Boolean, it is the data type, and then we will give it a name as result. And then we will give it a value as true. As I have said that we can give it a value of only true and false. Boolean data type hold only two values, true and false. You can give it true or false. We have given it true. So just write a simple program regarding Boolean data type. Let's use if and then result. We haven't used any statement. We write result in the bracket. It means that the value that we have entered is true. If the value that we have entered is true, then this statement will execute. So system dot out dot print line, it is true value, and then else if the value is not true. So system dot out dot print line, the value is false. So we will use a print line. Yes. So we have used a Boolean data type. We have created result of Boolean data type and assign it a value true. And we use if statement. If result is true, then this statement will execute, and if it is not true, then this statement will execute. So let's run this. result is true, so the true statement will execute. So it is true value. So if we give it a false, then let's see. The value is false. So it can hold only two values. If you assign them other values, so you can give them 10, then you find error. So the Boolean data type hold only two values, true or false. So let's talk about the other data type. The other data type is int. Int means integer. Integer data types hold values of integer. So as I have declared the syntax of data type. First we will use data type, which is int. Then we will use the name of data type. Int we will rename as marks is equal to, we will assign some value of 70. So this is the data type, this is the name, and the value we have assigned, this is the value. So this is the int data type. I can see you that int data type is subdivided into many data types. So first of all I will write it in, and then I will tell you the difference. It is subdivided into subtypes on the basis of size, on the basis of number of values it can store. So the data type is byte. It also stores integer values. We will name is at English. We got 20 marks, and then we will declare as short math 30 marks, long science 45 marks. So these all data types stores integer values. What's the difference between them? The difference between them is the amount of space they occupy. Byte occupy 1 byte of space, and short occupy 2 byte of space, and int occupy 4 byte of space, and long occupy 8 byte of space. So it means that if there is a small value, it can store on byte. If there is a value, big value, large value, so it can be stored on long data type. If there is a normal value, we will assign data types according to the size of value. So these are the data types. The main data type that we use is int. Normally we use int data type because it works almost every of our function. So the other data type is char data type. Char. So char comes from character. So the syntax is same. Character and then the name of character ch, and then the value we give is a and semicolon. So the character data type store only characters, and it can store only single character, not multiple character. So let's make a simple printout statement. So you can see if we run, then a is printed, you can see. So character data type store only characters, and it cannot store more than one characters. The syntax is same. First of all, data type, which is character, then the name of data type ch, and the value we have assigned is a. And there is a little difference, which is that the value that we have assigned, we write it in commas, you can see. So when we declare character and assign some value, we have to write it in commas. If we do not use commas, then we get an error. You can see we have to write in commas. And the other thing, we cannot use more than one characters. For example, I can use more than two characters a and t. Then you can see on the right side there is an error, it shows an error. So we can use only one character. This is a chart data type. We can also use many characters, but not in character data type. For this we can use string data type. I can tell you, in order to declare a string, we use string and then its name, which is name, and then give some value hamdy. Yes, for string we use double commas. Let's get the same statement printed. As you can see, character data type is used for one character and string data type is used for more than one characters. So the other data type is float. So let's talk about float. In order to declare float, we will write just float, and the name, we will give it a name as a result, and then the value that we will assign is 90. Float means decimal values. If we want to store decimal values, then we use float. For example, 90.5. Here you can see we get an error. We have to declare that it's a float value. We use f. So integer data type does not store decimal values, only float data type store. As you can see, 90.5 is printed. So float has also two data types. First one is float, which can store decimal values, and the other one is, there are two types of floating numbers. First one is float and the other one is double. We can declare it as a double, and the name we give is at marks, and then give name as 1200.45, and then we just print the double value. In order to declare a float, we just use data type float, and the name of that data type we use, first we write data type and then the name and then the value we signed it. We declared double data types the same method. First we use the data type and then the name that we have given to it and then the value that we have assigned. So in order, when we declare float we use f, and when we have to declare double we do not have to use any symbol, like for double d. If you use d then you don't get any error, and if you don't use it then it's okay. I'm not using it, so just run it. As you can see, the value is printed. So these are the data types. These are the main data types that we mostly use in all of our programs while coding. Thanks for watching. If you have any queries, you may ask me.